Alright, well now we're ready to disassemble the cylinder heads, and first thing I do is try to find an impact socket or a piece of pipe or something that is about the same size as these valve spring retainers, because you need to loosen them. Anyway, you just want a little tap. Just go right down the line. Otherwise your spring compressor won't be able to break that loose. You know, they get it corroded. So we'll put our spring compressor on here. Have to loosen it one notch. Okay. Start on the end. You're going to take your little valve keepers off. Throw those in the coffee can here. Now there's a little O-ring valve seal right in here that you'll have to kind of pick it out or break it with a small screwdriver or an ice pick or something, because that'll prevent it from coming apart. Anyway, take that out. Got one off. Okay, simple as that. Take the keeper out. Take the valve seal off. That one just broke. Take the springs off. Now we're going to save all the hardware, but we're going to replace all these valve springs. They're a very important component. They do wear out, and they don't put up to heat much. So we're going to replace all the valve springs. I'll probably end up regrinding a lot of these valves, the ones that aren't ruined, and the ones that are ruined we'll have to replace with new ones. It's always better to buy new everything if you can afford it, but this customer doesn't want to spend too much money. So whatever's good, we're going to use again. So we'll pop all these valves out. Now before you take your valves out, it's a good idea to see how much slop you have in your valve guide. That one doesn't look too bad. Now's the time to put valve guides if you need them. These all feel pretty good. Everything I put in this coffee can is going to get hot tank cleaned up really well. Alright, came off. I'm going to file all these valve springs in the garbage. I should be able to pull these out by hand. If you can't pull your valves out by hand, you may need to file the other end just to get the little burrs off. It doesn't happen often, but sometimes you need to do that. Alright, got all these valves out. Oh yeah, these valve seats are gone. Just not even there. Alright, here we are. We've taken the head apart, taken all the valves out. As you can see, especially on these exhaust valves, they just have enormous amount of wear. They actually have probably pounded out the valve seat. There's usually a valve seat insert. See how square and machined that hole is? Actually, I think it fell apart. These others are just from normal wear, and that causes, these are from normal wear, which is usually caused from not having hardened valve seats in the head while running the new unleaded fuels now. The lead used to cushion that kind of wear from happening, but now we have to install hardened valve seats in there, which will put up with the abuse that the unleaded fuel has now. But anyways, that was pretty much the end of this engine. I think this one fell apart, banged all around in there. You can see right here, doesn't look like it ruined the head, but we'll have to have that checked for cracks. This guy got lucky, I think. Otherwise he'd be buying some heads too. So we'll tear the other head down and we'll check that one out too, and we'll have our tear down complete. Alright. Alright, well, as I was mentioning before, we do have a couple of stubborn valves that won't come out. They do move freely, but that last little bit where the rocker arm kind of mushroomed the top of the valve tip. So we're just going to take our file and just kind of lightly clean up the edges of it on the outside edges. Should slide right out. There it is. Right out. Didn't take much, but you don't want to force it out because it'll scratch your valve guide all the way down. And that'll cause oil consumption and could cause your engine to fail, actually. So we got those out. We'll take the rest of these valves out now. Valve springs go in the garbage. It feels a little rough. There's a couple here. We're probably going to have to file a few of these. One came right out. One came right out. Actually, only two of those. Okay. Now we'll take a look at these. Same deal as the other cylinder head. These valve seats are just so wiped out right there. You'll be amazed what they look like after we put some new ones in there. The intakes don't look so bad, but they don't take all the abuse and all the heat the other ones do. So these are the intake valves, these are the exhaust valves.